Hey you, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today's video we are going to be discussing Prequel's 2025 launches, so let's get started. Alright, so for the first one, it is the Scar Solution Stick. So the main ingredient in the Scar Solution Stick is silicone, and silicone is the just gold standard for scars because it creates this really breathable film for your skin to be hydrated and also just do its process of healing that scar. There are some other ingredients I'll put up on screen that also help with the fading of the scars, and I think that this stick is the main thing. If you have new scars, this is what's going to really help it. My older scars, because I have some pretty gnarly eczema scars, I'll put some pictures here, and it didn't do anything for me. So I don't think the Scar Solution Stick is good for older scars, but I think for newer scars, I've seen tons of reviews where people really enjoyed the progress of it. And specifically, I've seen a lot of people who have thyroid scars or just maybe some acne scars that could really help out with it. My main way of using it is actually as a nice primer for makeup. I think it did a really good job with that, and I actually like using it on my cuticles. It's just a multi-purpose product for me, but that's my thoughts on that. Next on the list is the Half and Half Peptide and Ceramides Fluid Moisturizer. So I just know my skin, and one of the ingredients in this product is the I think it's called ethyl hexyl palmitate and isopropyl myostrate. I'm so bad at these guys, but those two ingredients, I just know my skin, and I've pinpointed it on other products. They just don't work well for my skin on my face, so I can't give the most valuable review for my face, but I can give a valuable review for my body because that's what I like to use it for. And this serum is really nice, right out the shower. Because I have eczema prone skin, I love adding in layers of hydration. So I use this as a serum step before I use a different moisturizer or a body butter. That way it's super chef's kiss. I love it. It's such a nice milky viscous texture, and it really does amp up that hydration. And I think that the best way for me to give the review for the face is to actually add in my friend's review. So I'm going to put her words here because I just texted her and she told me, and she just said that she loves using this as a last step in her face routine to really plump up her skin. And in her words, this leaves her skin super glowy, and she said that it just gives the overall just flush of moisture to her skin that she didn't really realize she needed. And she kind of looks at this moisturizer as an essence, a nice glowy essence. Next is the Reactive Skin 5% Ecto. Now this is a product that I loved. I'm gonna dub it as the utility cream for my face, especially if I'm lazy or if I'm sick. So earlier this year, I got a weird summer cold, and this was the only product I could actually put on my face, and it felt good and it felt protected, and I felt like I was doing something for my skin. So this has urea 5%, so it's got a little bit of exfoliation to it. The ectoin is a very hydrating, barrier supportive ingredient, and there's some allotonin in this, so it's going to help kind of really smooth your skin out, give your barrier just a nice soothing feel. I love it. I think that this is really nice. The texture is kind of like a hybrid ointment lotion. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's not super thick, but it's not something that is a straight up lotion. So there is that little bit of a feel that you're gonna have on your skin, and it's nice. It's not something that feels sticky or tacky, and it just has a small veil on your skin. And I think that it does a great job moisturizing, and I really love this for my eczema breakouts. So I have eczema on my legs and on my arms, and I love this because it helps slough off that flakiness that you get. Is this going to help with itch? No, I have something else for that. This didn't really do much for me at all in terms of itch, but when you get to that part where you've healed, you're not itching anymore, and you just have the flakes in your skin, this is really, really good. Next on the list are the lip visors. This is the color Rose Dust, and then this is just the clear. So I tested so many SPF sunscreens this year, and this one is going to get my second favorite behind the Naturium ones. I love the Naturium ones. What I really love about this is that this applicator is so contouring. It's skinny, which I love, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but already as I've opened this up, there is like this little bullet already that it's came out already. Not a fan of that. I feel like it spurts out a little too much for me. And this has a combination of mint and like a minty and tingly feeling. So it's not overwhelming, like, oh my God, it's gonna plump my lips and it's like super irritating. Not like that, but I know some people don't like that, so I wanted to mention it. But I love the way this is more slippy, like a traditional gloss. The terms are more like a balm. These are like a gloss, and you do have that like sensation of the mint in this. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know some people don't like that and could be irritating to you. So I put on the clear, and then originally I had a stardust, Lord. I had rose dust on, so I'm gonna just reapply it so you guys can see it. It's a really nice universal color, and I just feel like it matches my lips the best. So if you are like a medium tan skin tone, this could be an option for you. If you're looking for an SPF with a little bit of color, these are great. Okay, next is the AM/PM Modern Moisturizer. So I love this moisturizer for wintertime. I've been using it a lot these days, and I think that it does amazing for just putting a nice protective layer on the skin without making it too greasy, too tacky, especially if you don't like ointment type feels of moisturizers. I think that some people think that moisturizers need to be like super heavy, and just doesn't need to be like that all the time. And I think that for me, because I'm just weird about textures, I love the consistency of this one. And I think that this one is really nice because it's packed with ceramides, it's packed with peptides, and I think that it's hydrating without it being like super overwhelming on the skin. I don't know how like another way to say that. I think that moisturizers are, I'm just so picky about them. I think that some of them are like lightweight and whippy, but then they have no moisture. This is such a great balance of that. I think it's because of those peptides and the ceramides that are in the formulation. It's fragrance free, so it's great for people who have eczema, and I just think that this is one of those no frills, you can't go wrong with picking it up, because it's really just a great utility product. All right, next is cleanser with glycolic acid. So we now have a third variation of cleanser. We have the normal cleanser with all of the yumminess with the glycerin. Then you have the one with salicylic acid, my personal favorite. And the glycerin one is now here for the exfoliation aspect. So the texture of this is very different from the original cleansers. This one's more of a like creamier texture, and it's not as jelly or as stringy as the original because there's just less glycerin in the formulation. But I love that it's hydrating and you're getting that initial like exfoliation from cleansing. I think that if you are going to use this to get those properties of the exfoliation, make sure that you are washing your face for at least a minute. I love that it gives a little bit of brightness to my skin, and I do notice that I get a little bit less congestion around my nose when I use this consistently. All right, the next launch is the Retinol Renew. So they came out with two versions. This is big for Prequel. I'm really excited for them. They have two versions. One is the 0.1%, and then they have the 0.2%. If you are a beginner, start with 0.1. If you know that you know your rounds around retinol, you could try the 0.2. So I really love the formulation of these. I think that it's one thing to just make a retinol, but this is packing a punch with all the extra benefits. It has skin soothing ingredients with the ectoin. There's cica to kind of give you like a redness relief and just helping refine your texture. And I love that this is something that also, which I've tried, has not broken me out. It's not caused me any irritation or damage my barrier. Easy to incorporate. The one caveat that I have, and I don't know if anyone else has it, but this does stain a little bit. So if you're, using this, make sure that you have like maybe like darker pillowcases. Don't use them on your white sheets, or if you do, you could just easily put them in the wash, but these do stain a little bit that I've noticed, but I really do love these as a drugstore option. And lastly, I think that they really did their big one with this one. It is the Multi-Quench Hydration Mist. So I love the Multi-Quench Serum. So the fact that they have a mist to go along with it is chef's kiss. I love the mister of this, and it's so crazy. The first time that I used it, I sprayed it on my face and I waited a little bit. I don't know why, I was doing something and I felt my face. I was like, oh my gosh, my face is like so soft and like really plump. And it didn't have that like dryness that you get like typically whenever you wash your face and you know that you need to go ahead and try your other steps because you don't want to dry your skin out. No, so I know this is doing something and I really like that. So this is humectant rich. It has polyglutamic acid, which is like a very moisturizing veil on the skin, which is what I experienced the first day that I used it. But it also has glycerin, osmolytes, niacinamide, babasu, and it's just gonna leave your skin like soft and like soothed, which is really what we need all year round, but especially in winter with the dry air and just all of us being wind whipped and all that good stuff. This is so good. I really, really enjoyed this. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I am here to help you kind of go through the noise when it comes to purchasing products, especially products where you're using your hard-earned money. So thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you in the next one.